Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Tanner.
Welcome to episode 55, double nickels of Bird Squawk.
All right. Well, there's not a lot of news. Is this the Eagles that we're talking about? There's not that much news to talk about this week. Kind of feels nice to not have to stress about this team every week. But there's a couple things to hit on. Biggest news, I would say, is the Birds tendered Boston Scott, G. Ward, and Alex Singleton. Two guys are probably going to get pretty cheap, bring back decent pieces from last year. Nothing big there, but just a little news there. Next, we got a little possible backup quarterback situations. Guys they're bringing in for maybe a little bit of a competition, whatever you want to say. A name that was circling yesterday, Marcus Mariota. Seems like 7 years too late. Chip ain't here anymore.
Chipper would be like going like, yeah, we got him.
I mean, if they release him, obviously I wouldn't say let's go out and trade for him. But if the Raiders do release him, it wouldn't have been my first pick, but a guy that I think could fill in as a backup quarterback if need be. A little bit of a more mobile guy. You kind of want to get someone that Jalen not plays like, but has that similarities a little bit. Mentor him, maybe. And you saw just recently, Jacoby Brissett was in Philadelphia today. I don't know if that's true or not, but a name that has been thrown around a little bit as well. Once again, not a bad backup situation if that's the path you want to go.
Right. We'll see what happens. I mean, they got some interesting stuff that's going to be happening shortly with free agency. I'm sure there's going to be some guys restructuring deals as well. I mean, Fletcher, Brandon Brooks, Lane, BG. They're going to have to do something to get some kind of money if they want to do anything in free agency, because right now we're kind of strapped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. I mean, once again, I'm not expecting them to go out and get anyone big. Obviously, there's a couple loose ends they hopefully fill up in free agency or in the draft, because once again, this is a team that doesn't want to say they're rebuilding, but they're rebuilding. I think we all know that. And I mean, it really just, as it continues, it's more and more like, not really looking forward to next season, but obviously we'll see how it goes. This week, I don't know, it's probably going to change week by week every time we have a video, but this week I'm feeling pretty good that Jalen's our guy. I'm kind of having faith that they're not going to take anyone at 6. Mel Kiper and someone else I just saw, Jalen WADDLE, is rumored to be that guy at 6. Hey, I'll be all right with that. He was one of the guys we named. Probably not the guy that I would want the most, but a guy I would be okay with.
He would fall right into how he's playing, because obviously he got injured and hurt. Yeah, I mean, he's senior year, so there we go. We get another Sidney Jones. But now, in all seriousness, I mean, I'm still on the board here saying there's 4 guys. 4 guys I want their name to be called. Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Patrick Surtain, or
Kyle Pitts. Or
Kyle Pitts or Jalen Waddle. So let's add 5.
That's 5.
But I'm going to be sitting there.
Yeah, stressing.
Just stressed and scared out of my mind.
We named 5 people. We are pick 6. Someone has to be there from that 5. So there's no excuses.
Those 5 we named, not a one of them is going to be taken by Howie.
Someone has to be there, because Trevor Lawrence is going to be one. So someone has to be there, and we can only hope. And once again,
if we stay at 6,
yes, that's the other thing.
Who knows? I mean, the one thing I am finding a little amusing, and I know we said we didn't want to ever bring up the Wentz deal again. We were moving forward, but it just kills me how some fans are saying, oh, well, we don't want competition for Jalen. We want to roll with Jalen. Why bring somebody in that's going to cause competition? But you guys all wanted competition for Carson.
Yeah.
I mean, make up your minds. I'm ready to roll with Jalen, but hey, if he can't do it, we need a legit backup.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think the two names obviously Ryan Fitzpatrick has been flying out there as well, a guy I wouldn't have no problem with, a guy I've always respected the way he's gone about, played like everywhere. He always kills us usually when they play, most recently with the Dolphins a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, he's a professional, and he'd
Yeah.
have a good influence on Jalen.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, don't get me anything wrong. I think Jalen is a leader. I think
Yes.
Jalen is a competitor.
Yep.
I don't think Jalen is worried about that. I
No.
don't think, like maybe we really didn't know with Carson that he couldn't handle the competition. I don't think Jalen's programmed like that. I
No.
think Jalen is like, this is my job, and I'm taking it.
Like I said, I mean,
know?
he's put in the work. You see the social media post. He seems locked in. He seems like he's put in the work. He was working with the wide receivers in Texas last week or a couple weeks ago. The guy, like I said, we know Jalen Hurts. We've known Jalen Hurts since he came in to replace Carson. And now that things have gone in the situation that they've gone, we are ready with Jalen, and we think he is the guy, at least for now. You got to see him progress.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we saw 4 games.
Exactly.
My only concern is with a running quarterback, we need a legit backup that can go in and play. We don't need a guy who's just going to hold a clipboard. Like Nate Sudfeld ain't going to cut it here. We need somebody that if he gets popped, takes a lick, and has got to come out of the game, somebody can go in and produce.
Obviously, he doesn't have the injury history that Carson did, but once again, you're still in the situation when you need a legit backup just in case something does happen. Because there always is a possibility. He took a lot of hits last year, even in the few games he played. And, it's very true. The names we've named, I think they're guys you can get.
I mean, that logical choice would be Brissett. I mean, he knows this offense that Sirianni's going to run.
Yep.
I mean, and I think he's comfortable being a backup role.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't cause any issues when they brought in Phillip Rivers and Phillip Rivers started.
Yeah.
He didn't seem to care.
And he's not bad. I mean, he had a decent year in New England and he would be a viable backup for this team. They're at.
You brought in basically Jalen's quarterback coach, right? You might as well bring in a mentor that can show him this offense.
I don't know. So far,
I don't know what Brissett's worth. I don't know what they'd have to pay for him.
I wouldn't think too much. Obviously, I don't know either. I wouldn't think too much. I wouldn't probably a middle of the line backup. Once again, they gotta just get under the cap, and then what they give people, because once again, they're not really gonna go out there and compete next year.
Like we talked about Howie being a cap guru, he's got some work to do to restructure some deals and try to get us some kind of cap space or some kind of money to do something, because there will be some second tier free agents out there that would be an upgrade.
Yes, exactly. Some average dudes, like classic Eagle pickups that they think are pretty legit dudes, and maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I would expect not aging guys, I would hope, but veteran dudes that can come in and make that league minimum, fill in spots.
I hate to say it, but I think we got to go back to the Joe Banner days of you hit 30, I love you, we owe you, but it's time to move on.
I do agree. It is at the point where this roster is built, and we all known that the offseason that should happen this year is an offseason that should have happened 2 years ago.
Right.
We know this has been an aging lineup. This is why the injuries are there.
That Super Bowl was great, but it caused some loyalty issues where we gave guys some money, and looking back on it, they were bad decisions. And now we got to try and fix that.
Yeah, exactly. So I do agree. It's to the point as it's going to be hard as fans, and even Howie, he said stuff about having connections with players. It's getting to the point that where this thing is built, you have to get rid of these older dudes. It doesn't matter, because when this team is going to be looking to contend again, or looking to even play around and getting into the playoffs, they're not going to be here. They're not going to be main guys.
Right. The one thing I will say, I mean, Lurie is Lurie, but over the course of time that he's owned this team, we haven't been in a real slump for long.
Yeah.
I mean, we've we've been down.
Yeah.
But we've come back up.
Yep.
So hopefully, this is a 1 year, maybe 2 year deal
I know.
here.
That's what
I'm not ready for 3 years.
the track record shows that it should be that. I mean, I'm still, once again, I'll have to see how this team performs this season and see what happens in the draft. But I still am like kind of it's weird. I'm in between. Is it a 3 year? Is it a 2 year?
I'm with you.
And like we've said before,
you.
this division is still probably going to be winnable even with where we're at next year.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
Are we going to be content winning
Well, that's
this
the thing.
division?
Well, the thing is, I don't want them to win the division
No.
either because once again, it just prolongs the inevitable.
Yeah.
Kind of like if they would have won this division this year,
Right.
everyone would have stayed because we won the division. Like sometimes seasons like last year have to happen for change to happen.
I mean, it had to happen.
Sometimes that stuff just has to happen. Wow, that was it this week. I mean, like I said right at the beginning, there wasn't too much to talk about this week. What's going on? Something's weird. No Carson drama. No quarterback drama. We'll take it a week at a time as this off season continues to evolve. Once again, free agency will start. We're getting closer to the draft. Exciting times. We're soon. I mean, when is it? March 17th, the new season starts or something? Because then that's when the Carson trade goes through.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, we're 2 weeks away from that, and it's technically the new season, new football year.
Yeah, because really the only reason Watt could do anything was because they released him.
Yeah, which is, that's a weird pickup, but that is not our topic here. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at birds_squawk. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Fly, Eagles, fly.
People, we're asking, we need viewers, all right? Go Birds.